En ese sentido, quería expresar toda nuestra solidaridad a los colegas, amigos, representantes del Caribe angloparlante por esta magnífica ocasión. Es un personaje cuyo conocimiento debemos ayudar a promover, y un recordatorio permanente será la antesala del Salón Simón Bolívar, donde estará la placa y el recuerdo de este gigante precursor del Caribe. Muchas gracias, señor presidente.
Gracias al embajador de Venezuela. A continuación, el representante de Barbados.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to welcome, as the others before me, the Ambassador of Paraguay. We are geographically closely sited, and I hope that you will also be equally close as we work together. We pledge that commitment as well. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the son of the Very Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey. And I want to say that this delegation recognizes the importance of the occasion, whereby the OAS has formally designated the area just outside of this room in honor of a distinguished intellectual, philosopher, and son of the Caribbean. I will dispense with the written presentation in light of the excellent presentations already made by the Ambassador of Belize on behalf of CARICOM and the others which followed and which preceded him as well, because I've learned so much as well from the Ambassador of Costa Rica. I want to give what will probably be considered a personal presentation. The uncle of my mother, my mother's uncle, had the opportunity of meeting with Marcus Garvey in an odd circumstance in Barbados many years ago. While there was no active UNIA in Barbados, there were groups who met to discuss the works of Marcus Garvey, and he actually came to Queen's Park in Barbados and gave a presentation. And after he left the stage, my uncle pounced upon him and happened to have him sign one of his leaflets. And the discussion which followed had an impact on my uncle in a tremendous way. And so too has it had on our family. But he's not only a national hero of Jamaica. Marcus Garvey also influenced many of the intellectuals in Barbados and the Caribbean. I also take note of our own national hero, the Right Excellent Errol Barrow, our first Prime Minister, who also had an opportunity to meet with Marcus Garvey again in Queen's Park. And he has recorded that conversation, though brief, had a tremendous impact on how he saw the world and how he dealt with various issues in our then colonial society. I take note as well of the impact of Marcus Garvey in the Harlem Renaissance, also alluded to by the distinguished Ambassador of Belize. We see persons like Paul Robeson reflecting on the impact of Marcus Garvey. We see persons like C.L.R. James, even though they had differing worldviews, they also had a central agreement, an understanding. So that philosophical and intellectual rigor which was possessed by Marcus Garvey, he shared with many others, and that has permeated the atmosphere not only of the Caribbean, of this hemisphere, but indeed of the world. I can call many other names: George Padmore, C.L.R. James, which I just mentioned before, Derek Walcott, George Lamming. All these persons that come out Brathwaite who are also still alive and working for a better world. So I want to thank you, and I commend you for the good work of your father, and I hope we can also, as an organization, continue that work in spirit.
Gracias al delegado, al representante de Barbados. A continuación, el embajador de Haití.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. La délégation haïtienne aimerait en quelques mots exprimer ses plus vives félicitations à la délégation de la Jamaïque à l'occasion de la désignation officielle du hall de la culture Marcus Garvey, conformément à la résolution 940 du Conseil permanent. Notre délégation se félicite de cette importante occasion qui nous est offerte pour rendre un hommage mérité à cet éminent citoyen de la Caraïbe de la contribution appréciable à l'avancement et au progrès des hommes et des femmes du monde, et en particulier de ceux d'origine africaine, continue d'inspirer plus d'un. Éditeur, journaliste, entrepreneur, nationaliste noir, panafricaniste et orateur, Marcus Garvey est en effet l'une des plus importantes figures contemporaines de la lutte pour l'égalité raciale à travers le monde. Il a créé le premier mouvement international de masse destiné aux Noirs de tous les horizons, le Universal Negro Improvement Association, dont le slogan était « Un seul Dieu, un seul but, un seul destin ». Il a également encouragé les travailleurs à s'organiser en syndicats de façon à mieux défendre leurs intérêts et à créer à cet effet des journaux au Costa Rica et au Panama. La noble cause que défendait Marcus Garvey trouvait certainement son inspiration dans la vie et l'œuvre d'autres éminents citoyens de la région qui, eux aussi, avaient œuvré pour la promotion de la dignité humaine et une société plus juste et égalitaire. Merci.
Gracias al embajador de Haití. A continuación, la embajadora de Antigua y Barbuda.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the collective heart of the delegation of Antigua and Barbuda swells with pride by the fact that the anteroom to this chamber will be renamed the Marcus Garvey Hall of Culture. The study of the life of Marcus Garvey is the study of a visionary, a study in persistence, and the study of a man who exhibited an unremitting love for Africa and people of African descent. It is fitting, Mr. Chair, that the room that leads to this deliberative chamber be called after this pioneer, because many of the issues with which we concern ourselves, he also concerned himself. For instance, the state of Afro-descendants in the Americas. Let us, with the spirit of Marcus Garvey, ensure that all the inhabitants of the hemisphere live the life that he would have wanted. I close, Mr. Chair, with a quotation from this icon. He says, "God and nature first made us what we are, and then out of our own created genius, we make ourselves what we want to be. Follow always that great law. Let the sky and God be our limit, and eternity our measurement." Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Gracias, embajadora. A continuación, el embajador de Guatemala.
Gracias, presidente. Mi delegación se une con júbilo y profundo respeto a este acto de justicia para honrar la figura de un prócer de la libertad en este hemisferio. Marcus Messiah Garvey es un prohombre que supo luchar contra el colonialismo y la opresión, contra la injusticia y la segregación, y por forjar una identidad propia y un futuro mejor para todos, con ideas nobles y valores universales. Allow me to say that such example can only be honored with the same faith, the same aim, and the same destiny for all. Yeah, man.